there. I think he has the ball just a little bit too far forward in his stance, and I think he might tee it up just a smidge too high as well. So I'm going to try to work on getting the ball a little bit lower on the tee and scooting it back a half inch, maybe even an inch, to try to get a little bit lower ball flight for him.
All right, so I know you said that your miss is typically hitting the bottom of that driver.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and scoot that ball position. Just set up to the ball like you normally do. All right, now scoot your body forward about an inch or so. A little bit more. All right, so that now, that ball position, it's not right in the middle, but it's a little bit further back in your stance.
Yep.
So, but now we're going to tee it up even just a smidge lower.
Okay.
Straight down the fairway. I mean, this right low key swing. I mean, yeah, that first one was a little hooky. But you notice a difference in the ball flight though?
It's a lot lower, a lot smoother.
So when you're approaching a drive and you're sitting back here before you attack it, like, are you just aiming at a spot 280 yards out there?
Yeah.
And then you said your miss happens to be a lot right.
Right.
Well, looking at your ball flight, it doesn't seem that you're not pushing it out there. Like, you're hitting it straight.
Yep.
So I think what happens is you find a spot 280 yards out there that you're aiming at, but then as you address the ball, you kind of close off a little bit and you end up aiming a little right.
Okay.
So what I want to do is, something you can do is when you're standing back here and you're looking down, you find your target is 280 yards out there.
Yep.
You know, you can draw a line, an imagination line, all the way back to your golf ball, and then I want you to find a spot that's a few yards further as you go to address the golf ball. As you go to address the golf ball, you can still look at your spot way out in the fairway, but as you come back to your ball, you can line up to that spot 3 feet in front of the ball. Okay?
Yep.
Might be a little low on the tee.
A little right of it.
You know what, this time, maybe try to get a smidge closer to the golf ball, and maybe try to
Put a little bit more of your weight, not back on your heels, but more in the middle of your stance. It seems like you get a little bit on your toe. Like you're almost like you're out there on your toes trying to reach for the ball. I want you to feel comfortable on the balls of your feet there.
Okay. That was a low ball. You're balanced and consistent in the distance that you're shooting at.
Yes.
So on your approach, come back here a little bit. So on your approach when you're chipping, like what process are you going through to try to get the ball to the hole? And,
I look at the hole, I look at the ball, I look at the hole again, and I try to hit it.
okay. Do you try to pick a spot or anything like that where you're chipping to, or are you just trying to get it to the hole?
I'm just trying to get it to the hole.
Okay. So what I want to work on now is I want to try to pick a spot that we're going to chip to. Okay. That's going to allow that ball to get on the green and then roll to our target. You know, 'cause it's one thing to fly the ball to the target, but then you're stuck with a 10 to 12 footer coming back.
Yeah.
You know. So what we're going to do is I have a ring here. We're going to pick a spot about where we want to try to land the golf ball to get the ball to roll to the pin.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll keep that tee in the ground for right now to really kind of keep Pat keeping the club low through the zone, keeping the club finishing low.
Try to land it in that circle.
Try to land in that circle. Okay, a little bit short of our target. See what that target on the green is doing. It's allowing Pat to have a visual to aim at besides the hole. It's giving him the ability to choose a spot on the green so that he can best approach the shot so that he's left with a short makeable putt or holding out. Call that a ringer.
Not going for the whole squad to be going for that.
Got a little long with that one on our target line. All right, what I noticed Pat's doing, his ball position is a little forward in his stance, and his shaft is actually facing back a little bit. So I'm gonna work on getting his ball position back in his stance a little bit, and get his shaft forward a little bit and his weight forward a little bit. All right, Pat, so what I'm kind of noticing is you really have the ball set up to it. You have the ball really forward in that stance right there, okay? What I want to have you do, and your shaft is also kind of facing backwards a little bit. So, which kind of can cause a little bit thin or a little bit of a longer shot when you're really trying to work with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on getting that ball position back a little bit in your stance, get your weight a little forward, and make more of a putting stroke with it. Okay. Where I don't want your hands to come up like that. I want you to be able to chip it and hold it right there. Okay?
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is hold that same stance right there. I want that ball position to be a little bit further back here. Okay. And then I want you. It's not a forward lean like that, but I want a little bit of your weight on your left leg. See how I can still stand on one leg without super far leaning over there?
Yeah.
So that ball position a little bit, it can be in the middle or a little back. I don't like getting the full to the front because then your hands start to really try to help the ball get up in the air.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So let me put a couple of that ball position back a little bit.
So what must that look like this?
A little bit, yeah. Good. Now see, he's got his putter flat on the ground like we've been working on. Now, you're going to feel it's a turn like that.
It's more like a football swing.
Exactly. Less hands, more of a body turn. Much better. See, he's got a little bit quieter hands there, more of a shoulder turn going up and down with the shoulders as opposed to letting his hands take over and turn the putter over.